Hi guys, I'm Jen Johns and this is Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio. When I was a little girl, all I ever wanted was a unicorn. Doesn't everybody want their own unicorn? I never got a unicorn, of course, but I did get a little pony. Her name was Buttercup. Now, as an adult, when I saw this little toy kicking around, sprinkles come out of its butt. How cool is this? I had to buy it, and I know that it's like the perfect thing to go with these Rainbow Unicorn Bagels. So let's get started on this tutorial, and if this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and stick around with us for tons of really fun recipes and tutorials. Let's get working on these Unicorn Rainbow Bagels. To make our unicorn bagels, we're going to be using some pre-made dough. If you have a favorite one, you could use your homemade version instead. We also are going to be using some piping gel. I've got some colored varieties and also some clear underneath. And we're going to be using whatever colors of gel paste that you want. I've got yellow, pink, green, blue, and white, which I think are perfect for a unicorn. Now I'm going to put some unicorn horns on the bagels, and I found these at the local grocery store. They're just colored ice cream cones, like teeny tiny mini ones. And then of course, unicorns are nice and glittery. I've got some stars in gold and silver, and I've got some edible glitter down there too. And then for some color, I've got some edible jimmies here, sprinkles, and I've got some star sprinkles here, and I've got some silver dragees. Now, using the sprinkles, I'm going to mix some of the sprinkles into this cream cheese mixture. You could use cream cheese buttercream, or you could just use regular cream cheese mixed with a little bit of milk. So I've opened up the dough containers, and each of these different colors is going to need 5 of the different biscuits. So I've just got them together, and then I just rub them, like just kind of work them together like that. So I'm going to be making this one blue. Now over here I've got the yellow and the white combined. It's going to make a nice bright, almost like a pastel yellow. For lime green, I've got a little bit of green, a little bit more of yellow and some white. And for the pink, I've just got some pink and the white mixed in. So the pink and the white just gives it a little bit more, like it just brightens up the color a bit, I was finding. So I'm just putting a little bit of the white there, and then a little bit of the blue. And then I've just got my gloves on so I don't dye my hands for the rest of, the week. And I'm just mixing that up together. You might need to add additional white and blue halfway through once you've worked the dough. And the dough will get quite sticky as it warms up. So I'm just going to continue to work this, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. So I've got my blue all mixed together, and it gets quite sticky at this point. So I'm going to be putting it onto a piece of parchment here. Just pop it into the middle and then pressing it towards the outside. Because the dye's all mixed in now, I don't need to worry about my gloves. If the dough is super, super sticky, you can put like a little bit of Crisco or something onto your hands, but you can usually just work it without that. So I'm just going to work these all the way to the edges here, and then once it's flat and covering this piece of parchment, I'm going to pop it into the fridge, make sure it's laying flat, and then I'm going to repeat it with the other colors. So when you're mixing the dough with your gloves on, if you're using the gloves, they will get covered in dough, so you just want to make sure you swap out your gloves with every different color, obviously, so you're not mixing up the colors of your dough. So I'm going to pop this into the fridge and mix my other colors. So I've got all of my pieces of the dough here. They've been chilling for about 10 minutes. It's probably all you need. So I just had them out so you could see them all. And I'm just going to move them around here, and then I'm going to stack them on top of each other. So doesn't matter which order you put them in. Put the pink down on there, and then you just want to peel up with the parchment paper like that. And then just keep stacking like that. And then peeling. You can see how nice the parchment paper comes off like that. And then I'll put the blue on the top here like that. Now, this is going to make about 6 bagels. So you want to take a sharp knife, and then you want to kind of eyeball it and divide up your dough. I need to make that one a little bit bigger. And then I'm just using a sharp knife, cutting down all the way right down to the parchment paper. Do that a couple times. Just move this over like that. And then you can peel it off the parchment paper. And then you want to twist the dough together like this. And then just attach it in a ring like that. Leave enough room if you want to include the cone in here. and then you're going to pop it onto the baking tray. And the bagels are going to bake for about 15 minutes at 375 degrees. So I'm going to continue cutting and rolling and baking the bagels. So while your bagels are baking in the oven, we're going to get like the unicorn horns ready, and we're going to make our funfetti little cream cheese here. So like I said earlier, you can use like cream cheese just mixed together with like a little bit of extract if you prefer and a little bit of milk, or you can just use cream cheese buttercream. So you can put as many sprinkles as you want in there, and that's good to go. Super easy. So now moving over to our cone, I'm going to take one of the little cones and I'm just going to dip it straight down into the chocolate and make that, pat that around there, and then tap this here. I'm going to kind of shake off the end as much as I can, like that. And then you're going to set the cone straight up and down to harden completely. So I'm just going to get that out of the way because I've got some ready to go. So on the end of a spatula, I just found that this was easiest to be able to pipe the chocolate. So I've got some additional melted chocolate in the piping bag here, and I'm just going to squeeze and then like slowly rotate. So just like do it little bits at a time, like this, going around to give that like little kind of curve look that the unicorn horns have. Well, that we think the unicorns have. So just going around like this. So as I'm going to get all the way to the top, and I've got some already finished, so just finish this one off at the top there and set that to dry as well. Now, once you've got them completely dry, we're going to take a little bit of the glitter. Now, I've just put the glitter in the lid of its container because I only want a little bit, and it's only going to brush on and it's not going to stay like completely, but I want to just have like a really light dusting of the glitter all over like this. So you can get like just like a fine kind of little sparkle to it. And this glitter is edible. Now I'm going to take my chocolate again, and I'm just going to do like some couple little spots where I want some of like the little stars to go. So I'll take that and then put some stars there. You could also use piping gel to stick these sprinkles there. So you can put whatever colors you want. Get a blue one and an orange one here, like this. And I'll put one more down here. So one more blue one. Now, with the little teeny tiny guys, I'm going to dip my paintbrush in a little bit of piping gel, and I'm just going to put the piping gel on here on the cone. It's kind of hard to see, so you kind of have to pay attention to where you're putting it or you'll forget. And now I've got the little spark, the little stars in their lid as well, and you just barely want to touch it, like it's so fine, and it's just sticking to the end, and then it should stick to the piping gel, and you might want to just play with that on the end there. Now grab like another one of the other color, and then just kind of work your way around your horn here, adding these little extra bit of kind of this glitter. It's really fun, this stuff. They come in different shapes too. I think there's hearts as well. I've used those before. So we're just going to finish off the horns like this. I'll do a bunch more, and then I will show you what to do next. So the bagels have cooled completely, and I'm going to use the same brush that I used for the glitter in my piping gel here. And I'm going to put like a kind of enough of a layer that the sprinkles are going to stick to it quite easily. And this doesn't do anything to the bagel, it just adds a little bit of just this kind of glue that we want. And what you could also do if you don't have the piping gel is you could use water, or you could try melted butter too, that might work on top. So we've got that on there. And then I'm going to put some of my star sprinkles on the top, and they should be sticking nicely to the piping gel. I'm just trying to put like the stars that aren't the same color on the stripe above it. So like I don't want the yellow on the yellow, I want it on the green, that sort of thing like that. So we want those on there. Then I've got my little glitter again, and I'm just gonna kind of tap. I don't have to be so kind of like precise with this one. So I've got some of those silver ones on. We want some gold ones on. Putting these all around Just adding a little bit of shine here. And then you can also try the dragees. You can put the dragee on, and it will, if it rolls off, or if I don't drop it, you can just kind of press it into the dough a little bit. That will help the dragee to stick. So once you've got the bagel decorated like a unicorn bagel should be, I'm going to put some of my buttercream around the edge here and in the middle, like that. And then I'm going to pop my cone on top. So I'm going to do a bunch more, and I'll be back to show you all of the finished unicorn bagels. So there you go, everybody, how to make rainbow unicorn bagels. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Now, if you are a unicorn lover like myself or a rainbow lover, we have playlists for both of those ideas. We've got a rainbow cake, we've got a unicorn cake, and we've even got unicorn barf. You have to check it out. The link to them is in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys all again next time.